Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Matoni and I am part of large group 2. For our final CEO group project, we decided on Jack Dorsey. On the slide, you'll see a quote that says, "You won't be successful until you allow yourself to fail in the eyes of others. Risk creativity, and defining your own path is made possible only through a series of failures. Hide none of them and show all of them." I'm going to go ahead and begin with introductions, and then I will pass it around to the rest of my group members. So my name is Andrea Matoni. I went to Bowling Green State University for my undergrad. I received a degree in communication with a minor in marketing, and I am from Toledo, Ohio.
Sean Williams, MBA student at Bowling Green State University.
Hello, my name is Angeline Bonner. I am a student at Bowling Green State University, and I am pursuing my doctorate degree in organizational development and change.
My name is Cade Ratliff. I received my undergraduate from the BGSU College of Business with a specialization in management, and I'm from Tiffin, Ohio.
My name is Jake Dyer. I got my undergrad at BGSU in criminal justice. I am currently getting my master's in business administration and accounting, and I am from Canton, Ohio.
Hi everyone, this is Jen Traxler. I'll hopefully be a 3-time grad from BGSU in 2022 with my doctorate in organizational development and change. I first graduated with my undergrad in interpersonal and public communications, and then graduated from the Exec MOD, which is Masters of Organizational Development program, back in 1998.
Hello, this is Lucas Froelich. I completed my undergraduate degree at Mansfield University in Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and I currently live in Syracuse, New York.
My name is Dawn Daniels. I have undergraduate degrees in information technology and software development from the University of Toledo, and I currently live in Perrysburg.
Hi, I'm Connor Holdhouse. I received my bachelor's degree from Wright State University, and I'm from Fort Laramie, Ohio.
Hi everyone, this is Noor El Tarouti. I am from Saudi Arabia, and I have a bachelor degree in respiratory care from University of Toledo and an associate degree in pharmacy from Saudi Arabia. I am doing Master in Health Services Administration at BGSU.
As a group, we came to the decision of Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter and Square. I would like to start off by just sharing more information about him before we jump into the type of CEO that Jack Dorsey is. So he was born November 19th, 1967. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. And his education is that he attended the University of Missouri from 1995 to 1997, then transferred to New York University, to where he later dropped out in 1999. This was just one semester short of him actually graduating. But during his time at New York University is when he came up with the idea of Twitter. So I would like to start off by going through a step-by-step of what we're going to be covering in this presentation. So we're going to start with vision, fundamental truth, key values, philosophy, the move to leadership style, and then as a group we'll talk about our key learnings. I would also like you to note at the bottom of each slide states the name of the presenter as well.
When you think about Dorsey's vision, you really need to view it through two perspectives: his vision as a leader and how that translates into his vision for Twitter. As a leader, Dorsey strives to guide people in the organization to help them make the big decisions. He says, "I try to focus myself on what I believe is possible or feels impossible today and what's blocking us from making it possible. And then the guide and the vision really stems from that." So his focus is on beliefs and getting a lot of conviction around those beliefs. At Twitter, the belief is in live connectivity between people through commentary, conversations, and connections. Twitter wants to be a platform that enables people to communicate in short messages within small communities in real time.
As of our group's individual visions, we found out About 80% of our group's vision are related and similar to Dorsey's vision. And here are some of the visions of our group. Living by clear, honest communication, I choose to mentor and develop my team with respect and engaging work environment and professionalism throughout. To be a beacon of light to others along their journey by sharing the best of me. To leave people with a smile on their face, a thought in their head, and a footprint in their heart. To lead and be affiliated with an organization that will positively impact communities and its affiliated members while engaging in business performance that is ethically sound. To be an optimist, open-minded, passionate, ethical, and grow with others who's in need. To be a leader who's very flexible, agile, open to new ideas, and a great communicator. To lead a team that people are proud to be a part of, a leader that accepts responsibility when things go wrong and things go right. I want to shine the light on others. To choose a good people, mentor and develop them within an environment of trust, respect, and commitment. To lead with compassion, humility, integrity, and transparent communication. Dorsey's vision focus on group work, give trust to the team members, and I found that in our group's individual vision.
Hey, it's Jake. I'll be going into talking about Dorsey's fundamental truth. Dorsey believes that speaking about the things that matter and aligning your goals as a one team will get you the success you need and help you win that market. He knows how to fail, and he knows how to turn team shortcomings into a win. He frames company goals into the aspects that matter: purpose, strategy, customers, products, not revenue. He, along with many others, do not use the word revenue. They tend to focus on the revenue building aspects unless there's a meeting specifically about it. At his company, like Square and Twitter, they tend to look at what percentage of all target customers in their geographic footprint are using their service and make changes based on teamwork, not revenue again. They motivate people by being compelling storytellers and starting with the why question, like asking why. They drive performance by pushing teams to think deeply about customer needs and to build remarkable, differentiated products that serve these customers better than anyone else does. Dorsey believes that revenue is a lagging indicator. As a CEO, your goal is to keep the company and your team focused on an enduring purpose, a clear and compelling strategy, and on serving your customers better than anyone else. Great CEOs think about their company's business model and revenue. In fact, they understand the leading indicators of revenue better than anyone else, which helps them figure out what the metrics to focus on that ultimately drive the revenue. They just don't talk about revenue in public with their teams. They don't use the word revenue to motivate their teams, drive company performance, or set company goals. Dorsey frames company goals in terms of the things that matter: the leading indicators of revenue, purpose, strategy, customers, products, like I mentioned before, and market share. Specifically, what percentage of all target customers in the geographic footprint, like I said before. Dorsey articulates the company's purpose and strategy and how it'll win the market. He obsesses over customers and products. He knows what failure entails and knows how to win.
Here we have Jack Dorsey's key values. His key values are centered around fostering diversity and inclusion while also promoting new and unique ideas. His key values are: be a leader, not a decider, empower employees, build trust through transparency, serendipity and spontaneity, promote collaboration and teamwork. Be a leader, not a decider. He wants to guide the individuals in his organizations so they can make decisions. If he is making the decisions, he believes they are having organizational failure. Empower employees. Employees should be creative and innovative and empowered to make decisions. Build trust through transparency. When a meeting consists of more than 2 people, he believes that those meeting notes should be distributed throughout the company. This will make people feel like they are working on common goals. Serendipity and spontaneity. Work environments should be open and unexpected interactions are promoted. Promote collaboration and teamwork. In nearly everything that he has done, it has been with partners and a team. He thinks it's important to get the right people in place and empower them and let them work together.
We collected our team values on a spreadsheet by listing what we thought were essential values for leadership and then compared our results to those values held by Jack Dorsey. The result really highlighted what a non-traditional leader he is. On average, 2 out of 10 of our team members self-identified with each of his values listed on the slide, with the exception of transparency, serendipity, and spontaneity, which no one self-identified with, and trustworthiness, which 6 of us identified as an important key value. This really highlights that when someone mentions leadership, collaboration, teamwork, being a leader, empowering employees are all key words that jump to mind, but no one really thinks about transparency, serendipity, and spontaneity in a formal sense of leadership, or at least a traditional sense. And this is partially what has led to Jack Dorsey's success at Twitter and Square, thinking outside the box and really leading his team.
There are 4 key points that define Jack Dorsey's philosophy as a leader. The first is having a minimalist style. This means taking care of all the fundamental objectives and needs first, and getting rid of all the clutter that can distract from meeting those objectives. A great example is communication in Twitter and commerce in Square. By perfecting these simple facets, he believes that huge strides are made towards overall perfection. Second is looking for inspiration in everyday life. By looking for ways to improve the routine and activities we all encounter each day, Dorsey is able to create truly transformational products and services. Third is a common belief among leaders: embrace routine. By living a strict, regimented life, a leader is able to maximize productivity and avoid wasting limited time. Finally, achieving perfection through simplicity ties back into Dorsey's minimalist style. He believes that creating a perfect experience on a fundamental level for one person, that experience can be scaled up to any volume of people with equal results.
So in the slide previous to this, Cade covered what the philosophy was of Jack Dorsey, and I'm going to talk about how it related to our group. So I took the 4 key philosophy points that Jack Dorsey had. Each of our group members then voted and or put their input in on if they related to it or not, and then I put that information into a pie chart to get percentages of our group. So to be a minimalist, we have a 14.3% relating. For looking for inspiration in everyday life, we have a 42.9%. For number 3, we have embracing routine. We have a 28.6%. And for the 4th one, achieving perfection through simplicity, we have another 14.3%.
When we were looking at all the literature that described Jack and his dominant leadership style, these were the 5 different styles that we compared him to. The first one is laissez-faire. This kind of a leader lacks direct supervision of employees and really fails to provide regular feedback to those under his or her supervision. Typically highly experienced and trained employees requiring little supervision fall under this kind of style. And as you can tell from some of the other descriptions, this isn't his dominant style. The next one's autocratic. An autocratic leader allows managers to make decisions alone, I want to emphasize that, without the input of others. Managers that possess this have total authority and really impose their will on employees. We didn't think that one described him either. The last one that I'm going to talk about is transactional. These are managers that receive certain tasks to perform and provide rewards or even punishments to team members based on their performance. We also didn't think that this one described Jack very well. So I'm going to let Sean take over for the next 2 and describe those in more detail, as well as give you examples of why we think those other 2 may fit better with Jack's dominant leadership style.
Dominant leadership style. Jack Dorsey's dominant leadership style falls between two: participative/democratic and transformational. Participative/democratic can be defined as values the input of team members and peers, but the responsibility of making the final decision rests with the participative leader. We found several attributes to be significant to Jack Dorsey that fall in this category. Empowers and holds employees accountable. He admits his weaknesses and overcomes them. Fosters transparency, trust and is trustworthy, humble, and teamwork. Transformational. The transformational leadership style can be defined as depends on high levels of communication from management to meet goals. Leaders focus on big picture and delegate smaller tasks to the team to accomplish goals. Attributes significant to Jack Dorsey within this realm are as follows: promotes decision making, he promotes creative innovation, he is a bold risk taker, and he is a visionary. In regards to our group and how our group's dominant leadership styles are aligned with Jack Dorsey, we concluded that 8 of our group members are participative and 2 are transformational.
I am going to talk about what our group learned during our project. Throughout our research on each topic about Jack Dorsey, we learned several key facts about him. He has a collaborative approach to leadership where he empowers his employees and strives to be available to any team who needs his input. He is not a traditional manager. He does not close himself up in an office. He appreciates the importance of empowering team members and their contributions. The office has an open floor plan to facilitate collaboration. His commitment to transparency is evident in his requirement of company-wide distribution of the minutes from any meeting that involves more than 2 people. The value he places on transparent communication was also his impetus for creating Twitter. He had a vision of everyone worldwide being able to send short messages through small communities, a combination of social media and text messaging. Though he is a billionaire today, he definitely had his share of failures. What was impressive to us was his ability to turn these failures around into success. For example, after he was ousted from Twitter in 2008, he went back home and was visiting with an old friend. That friend commented about a sale that he had missed out on because the customer did not have enough cash and he did not take credit cards. This conversation resulted in the development of the Square for small business credit card transactions. He then returned to Twitter in 2011 and brought renewed ideas on how to build the best team he could to increase the use of and satisfaction in Twitter by users. He wanted Twitter and Square to be ubiquitous and useful, but he also wanted the interface to be clean, simple, and elegant. He dislikes cluttered interfaces and prioritizes functionality. Finally, as our group discussed Dorsey's attributes, we gained an understanding of the commonalities and differences in our leadership styles and his. He is untraditional in his own way, and it made us think about out-of-the-box ways to approach leadership ourselves as we move forward. I think everyone took something from this exercise, even if there were aspects of his leadership style they disliked or did not identify with.
Our experience working as a group went really well. We were able to leverage each other's strengths, and what you see as a final project was really the collective effort of every single person in the group. Luckily, technology enabled us to seamlessly work across multiple time zones, as we had some people in Central time zone, most of us were on the East Coast, and of course distance. We used Zoom meetings for collaboration. We used Google Slides, which allowed multiple people to work on our project at the same time and each offer their input. We used Google Sheets to collect all of our data for the team. And ultimately, it came down to communication, creativity, collaboration, which are all values that Jack Dorsey uses leading Twitter. These values were essential to our group in creating this project.
So now you know more about Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter and Square. You may have even picked up a little bit more about our group members and how we align, or perhaps not, with Jack's vision, his fundamental truths, key values, his philosophy, and his actual leadership style. A couple questions for you, though, is first, how does he compare to the CEOs that you researched? And two, how does he compare to you personally? Now, we all necessarily won't be CEOs, but hopefully we can utilize this type of an exercise to compare and contrast so that we too can aspire to be the leaders that we want to be. The next two slides are for your reference. The first one is the work that we did to compare ourselves as a group to Jack's individual leadership styles, etc. And the second is the reference list that we use to guide our presentation. So on behalf of Large Group 2, we thank you for your review of our presentation. We hope you learned some more and obviously hope that you continue to stay well. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed our presentation. At the bottom of our post will be an Excel spreadsheet that we use to compare our group and Jack Dorsey. In this Excel document, you will find key values, philosophy, fundamental truth, vision, and leadership style, and how we all either related to him or didn't relate to him. If you have any more questions, we'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you. Lastly, we just have a couple questions that we would like you to answer down in the discussion portion of our post. The questions are, what are your overall thoughts on Jack Dorsey? What do you think Jack Dorsey's leadership style lends itself to a company like Twitter? What came first, Twitter or Square? Was Jack Dorsey always the CEO of Twitter? What is your opinion of the presentation, and did you learn something new? And lastly, would you like to be CEO of a company like Twitter? Why or why not?